Hi, my name is Lars. I am part of the NX-CAM team here at Siemens. We just released the latest version of our software and it is packed with new and exciting capabilities and enhancements. I picked a handful of those I want to show you and talk to you about. And I'm also thrilled to have Ashish with me today. Ashish is leading one of our development teams and he will take you to the shop floor where he will explain a little bit more on some of these topics.
The first one is a new operation called Phase Milling Zigzag. It is a very fast generating, high performing phase milling operation. It's very simple to set up and use, and you can manipulate a bunch of the parameters directly in the graphics. For example, the tool runoff, the cut angle, and it gives you immediate visual feedback on what you're doing in the toolpath.
I'll begin by creating this new operation that's residing in the mill planner template. I simply specify the cut area and then I hit generate. I can edit the toolpath by dragging in the graphics, and as you can see, the preview updates dynamically. So if I, for example, change the cut pattern or change the blank thickness, it automatically updates. The operation is blank sensitive, meaning it will only generate toolpath within the blank volume above the specified cut area. Here I've set the containment to blank geometry. It is also IBW aware, which means it uses the stock updated from the previous operation. And to make that work, I have to set the containment to 3D IBW. Pattern offset and tool runoff can also be defined by dragging in the graphics. And now let's go to the shop floor where Ashish is waiting for us to show you much more on this new capability, cutting vessel.
As Lars mentioned earlier, the new 2.5 axis facing operation comes with a modern user interface that speeds up programming. With its new interactive capabilities, the programmer can now quickly generate face milling toolpaths, which are among the most frequently used cutting strategies. You can cut down programming time for many types of parts by 50%. This means more time freed up for you to focus on the more complex and demanding machining operations. Moreover, face milling doesn't just save you the programming time, it also optimizes the machining process. For instance, let's look at this machining example that showcases one of the options available, which is alternating the start points of the toolpath between each level. This smart feature helps reduce your non-cutting time, making your machining process even more efficient.
Thank you, Ashish, for demonstrating this new phase milling capability, which will improve production processes for NX users. But that's not all, because when it comes to milling, we have even more exciting news to share. We have another new operation called Quick Roughing, very robust offset roughing operation. It has a simple user interface as well. It is completely multi-threaded and it's meant to be used in cases of prismatic parts, mold inserts, casting and forgings and parts similar to that.
Again, here we'll begin by creating a new operation and generating the toolpath. Range type can be determined automatically or it can be user specified. The default is automatic. Automatic detects the top and bottom of the part and uses the volume as the machining range. If the blank extends above the part, you can reposition the top plane using the specify option. The cut range can be specified by keying in values, graphically dragging the arrow or selecting faces. Cut levels mode may be determined by constant depth or by number of levels. Corner smoothing prevents an abrupt change in tool direction and allows you to maintain higher feed rates and tool stability. There are 3 smoothing options. None does not smooth corners for any cutting pass. All passes smooth corners for every cutting pass. And then all but last pass smooths all corners except for the cutting passes closest to the part. quick roughing uses a single hybrid cut pattern, which is a combination of follow periphery and follow path. This behavior can be illustrated by 3 use cases, each with a different type of cut region. Use case 1 occurs when cut regions are open on all sides with no walls. This case uses the follow periphery pattern, cutting from outside in. Then use case 2 occurs when cutting semi-open pockets. The tool plunges outside the stock and the offsets are open. This case uses the follow path pattern, cutting from the outside in. And then we have use case 3, which occurs when cutting closed regions. The tool ramps inside the pockets with closed offset and uses the follow periphery pattern, cutting from the inside out. And now Ashish will show us how this works on the shop floor.
Lars discussed the key capabilities of the new quick roughing operation, which is highly beneficial for machining prismatic, mold and die and aerospace parts. The addition of this new operation is important because the part manufacturers of any size program and machine these type of parts daily. Here are the 3 main set of capabilities that make the quick roughing operation so useful. Firstly, the streamlined user interface reduces the need for manual input, saving your precious programming time. Secondly, this operation includes advanced capabilities such as automatically applying of cut patterns based on the part's geometry. When machining open areas, like in this machining example, NX uses the outside-in pattern with open area engages and retracts that optimize the machining process. Whereas for the pocket features, it automatically switches to the inside-out cut pattern with helical engages to extend the tool life. Lastly, the quick roughing operation is incredibly fast. In many test cases, we achieved significantly faster calculation times. This improvement was confirmed by the participants in the NXCam beta testing. They reported up to 50% reduction in tool path calculation time as compared to the standard offset roughing operation. Quick note, for more demanding applications, you can use the cavity milling or the 3D adaptive roughing operations. We are excited about this new capability that can help you upgrade your machining capabilities.
Now that we've seen Ashish showcase the new quick roughing operation, an important addition to our 3-axis milling capabilities, it's time to shift our focus to the exciting world of 5-axis machining. Yet another new operation is called wall finish barrel swarf. It is as the name infers, it's a finishing operation, 5-axis, to be used with different types of barrel tools. And it's very good for cutting deep pockets or deep planar walls. Again, very simple to use. It requires minimum input to get a very nice tool path.
We'll begin by creating a new wall finish barrel swarf operation. I select the wall or multiple walls I want to cut. Note, if I select multiple walls, they must be connected. I then select upper and or lower curves to determine the tool axis orientation relative to the selected walls. I must be sure to specify the correct curve as upper or lower relative to the wall to orient the tool correctly. For example, if I want to orient the tool with the flute pointing down, I need to select an upper curve on or near the top edge of the wall. And as you can see, the SIG cut runs parallel to the selected curves. In more complex parts such as transmission housings or gearbox casings, the upper and lower curves cannot be used as pattern curves due to their free-form shapes. In these cases, the option Offset from Guide allows you to specify a pattern curve explicitly.
And now let's go to the machine tool and cut some metal with Ashish.
Thanks Lars for the detailed explanation of the key capabilities of the new wall finish barrel swarf operation. I just wanted to emphasize that this innovative 5-axis operation expands the industry-leading multi-axis machining capabilities of NXCam. Additionally, I would like to highlight some of the remarkable benefits you can achieve with this cutting method. In this machining example, we used a 3/4 of an inch barrel cutter to machine a conical surface with a zig tool path and simultaneous 5-axis non-cutting moves. By leveraging the larger contact radius of this taper barrel cutter, we were able to maximize the step over, resulting in a significantly shorter tool path. The reduction in machining cycle time amounted to an impressive 70%. Also, the surface finish was superior compared to using a ball and tool.
Great job, Ashish. Your demonstration of the new milling capabilities was truly impressive. Now let's dive into the other crucial enhancements that this latest release of NX Cam has to offer. We have made a couple of nice enhancements to hole making. One is called Use Initial, which allows you to, in subsequent operations, if you have a pilot drill and then you go with a gun drill or the deep hole drilling afterwards, then you can now specify the second operation to use the initial control point to avoid risking gravity into the IPW. The second one enhancement for hole making is bottom clearance for threading operations. It works for both thread milling and tapping, and it allows you to set a bottom clearance in the bottom of the holes. Instead of tapping all the way down, you can now set a clearance value so it always keeps from the bottom, which makes it a lot safer and less risky to break tools. Then we have made a new workpiece object, or mill turn workpiece. For those of you who are doing mill turn or turning, this is a very useful new object. For the geometry structure, it makes it a lot simpler to get this up running and getting the structure set up. The mill turn workpiece combines milling and turning definitions, again, which makes it a lot simpler to get up running with mill turn machines. So we recommend to use this for when you're programming mill turns, but also if you're programming turning only. It's just a lot simpler to use. Then we have made a new enhancement to the Cloud Connect Tool Manager. It's called Tool Assembly. It's a new function that allows you to define and edit tool assemblies, holders, shanks, and tools directly in the Cloud Connect Tool Manager. And you can then export them to the library and use them directly in NX Cam. As with the Cloud Connect Tool Manager, it's with the dynamic previews, dimensions, and all this. If you haven't tried the Cloud Connect Tool Manager, I encourage you to do that. It's a very nice interface to the tool library.
And as always, you can find much more details about all these new exciting enhancements and capabilities on our NX for Manufacturing community site, where you can also interact with experts around the world. You can go to our YouTube channel, the Tech Tip channel, and watch videos on each of these capabilities explaining much more details. And finally, you can go to Support Center, where you can find technical documentation explaining all this as well. You will find the links for these sites in the description of the video. Thank you.